Hello and welcome back to Trails Through Daybreak 2. So in the last episode, we helped Fairy get rid of her corrosion, and she's back in the party. We got Rosette back on our side, and Costume's no longer a threat, which is great. And after that, we came back and realized we don't have an office anymore, or any of the houses for any of them, or rooms for any of them. So we're sleeping in Victor's and Paulette's house, their apartment. But for now, we're looking around. We're looking around before we go settle in and discuss our next moves. And we've already done Old Town and Grand Circuit. We have Trion Tower, Sidon, Tyrell, and Station Street, and Riverside. So we have a lot to do, and some side quests. It's gonna be a long night. I was trying to figure out how to occupy myself during our on-tour free time. And that's when I noticed the live stage performance they've got going on today. Is that Jesse? I think. Yeah. I can feel it soothing my soul from all the way over here. Maybe I'll go take a peek up close. Hold on, I'm going right there.
Here you'll find Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Oh, just Jess. It's just Jess.
You'll also find the Burn Store.
So, I'll keep waiting forever, no matter how long it takes. I'll keep searching for you.
Visit the new
Thank you, Trion Mall. You're a wonderful audience. And that's Jess, the singer-songwriter. He's drawing in a bigger crowd than usual. Yeah, word on the streets that he found his big break after moving to Crossbell. Oh, okay, so that's where he went. It's nice seeing a former Old Towner make a name for himself. I'll have to keep an eye on his career. Okay. Awesome. Just instantly, I think we've seen all three of them now. Raymond stopped by the flower shop. Carol went back to her old work, and Jess is back here performing. Still no discussion on whether they talk to each other anymore, or if it got really awkward at the end of that side quest and everyone just stopped. I don't know. Oh yeah, tonight we celebrate. The ad concept I submitted this morning made it past the revision phase, and about time too. For whatever reason, I had it in my head that modern designs were all about pizzazz, but that wasn't the only piece of the puzzle. The reparations bubble sent every industry into full throttle, so for several years the marketplace was absolutely flooded with information. As a result, high-impact advertisements that were packed with promotional text were extra effective. Once I understood the context behind that trend, the trick to making a sleek, stylish design finally hit me. Am I a genius or what? My confidence is back and here to stay. I gotta be honest, anyone who actually is willing to sit through ads just wants the bare minimum information. Just be like, here it is. Here's your deodorant. It's effective. Don't turn it into a 5-minute commercial. I swear to God, if you turn it into a 5-minute commercial, I will never watch it. I don't even, if I ever, well, eventually someday I may get ads on my stuff, but right now I don't. But if I ever get ads and you see a 5-minute deodorant commercial, you have my permission, not that you need it, you have my permission, and I encourage you to skip anything that's 5 minutes, because that's too long. We cannot let these commercials take over. Ads are getting too long. Ads are getting way too long. Stop it. I'll be writing a letter to the mayor later today. I have to report the latest happenings in this country. Opening this boutique was her idea, and given our modest success, I think we've proven there's a demand for Liberalian goods here. We may consider opening another store in the Republic, or perhaps we'll set up a consignment shop. I'm quite pleased with this little venture of ours. Being able to share a few pieces of liberal with the rest of the world has made me very happy.
I'm quite proud of what we have to offer.
Silver pendant with a bell? Man, you can't be giving this stuff to Anya.
Please come again.
You're gonna give her the wrong idea. She's already...
Thank you.
Alright, well, you did it. Alright. We'll go over to this side. Oh. Understood. I'll go and get those Go ahead and get those documents revised. Right. Goodbye. Damn it. I'm supposed to be off the clock, yet here they are saddling me with overtime. No, whatever. I was planning on spending my evening analyzing the nightly stock price movements anyway. May as well breeze through this work while I'm at it. Yeah, one time in my contract, it doesn't say that I need to work overtime. So anytime someone called me and I was doing my own thing, I'm just like, nope, you're not going to force me into work. And I see so many people who have to get screwed over because in their contract, they have to work overtime, unpaid overtime. And I'm like, screw those jobs. Many businesses settle their yearly accounts at the end of March. A great deal of people will try to buy up stocks before then to rake in dividends and shareholder incentives. And so from a shareholder's perspective, now might be the ideal time to sell stocks in companies that offer those types of benefits. Okay. I don't understand stocks or any of that stuff. Gulp. Well, today's the day. I'm going to walk through those stores and buy every last limited edition spring tart in stock. I know precisely what you're thinking. Buying all those sweets is pure self-indulgence, not to mention selfish. It's your money. But I don't care. My whole life has been leading to this very moment, so please, don't try to stop me. Who said we would? And I thought Van was a sweets fanatic.
Welcome to the Trion
Oh,
selfish.
Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
Oh, Senator Ryan. Huh, it's a surprise to hear from you. In a good way, of course. I couldn't be more thrilled.
And other various shops to peruse.
Okay. Is Ellie on the line? There's no telling how much of a difference I can make as a Republican statesman. But I hope I can still count on your support, in spite of all the burdens I've placed on you.
It's a cutting-edge
Yep.
piece of orbital technology.
It's all right, Father. I'm not upset about it, and neither is Mother. If anything, you're the one who showed me how to protect what matters most. Why can we hear this? Whatever you do from here on, I'll be right there behind you. Thank you, sweetheart. Just you saying that is enough to keep me going. I'll be rooting for you as well, as you make your debut in Crossbell's political scene. I appreciate that. Naturally, there's still plenty of rungs left before I finish climbing this ladder. But when I do, it'll be as a broad-minded, free-thinking politician you can be proud of. Right. I just know you'll go far, Ellie. Give Diana and her father my regards, too, won't you? Yeah. They just have to... This is... no other conversation when someone's on the phone can we hear, as the player, the other side of the conversation. But they're just like, all right, we gotta throw in some... We gotta throw in some...
You want to check out the hottest new commodity.
Well, what do you call it? I don't know the word. I really am glad you called, by the way. I was just what I needed after I stepping out of today's debate. I love you, sweetheart. You're a better daughter than I deserve. Oh. Lua and her partner are putting on a special performance tonight over at the concert hall. I have an engagement with my social dance group, however, so I'm not sure I'll be able to attend. I figured the least I could do is buy them some sweet treats to make up for it. And that brings me to my next problem. I know what Lalua likes best, but Sayla is a different story.
And other various shops to peruse.
That's our 4SPG for sure. It won't be long now before spring arrives. This year, we plan to get into the spirit by offering a bevy of limited-time sweets exclusives to the season. What's more, the confection our store proposed was so well received that headquarters is working on adding it to our line of merchandise. Imagining how the final product will look on shelves has me giddy with anticipation.
hello there. Thank you.
Thank you. I haven't been able to make any of these, though. I did a great deal of shopping at the department store in the mall. I'm rather tired from all this walking around, but that's nothing a sweet, delicious cake from Quincy Parlor can't fix. I know it's nearly time for dinner, but I make it my policy to eat sweets whenever I feel the need.
A movie theater, boutique,
Good policy.
and other various shops to
It's no surprise that President Gramhart still came out on top at the end. In my view, Senator Ryan still made an adequate showing, enough to serve as a stepping stone towards the next election at least. What are your thoughts? I'd have to agree. He provided some very practical views on international cooperation. It definitely bears considering, especially as Calvard's influence continues to expand beyond its borders. And perhaps this will serve as a call to action for the public to consider the course of our nation. I feel very much the same. While he may not speak for the Republican Party as a whole, the way he cut straight to the heart of the matter was something to behold. This will likely lead to increased support for Senator Ryan's stances among our younger and mid-career colleagues.
range of imported goods.
And that in turn could give him a window to break away from the more fringe elements of the party. We at the Tyrell Times will certainly have to keep a close watch on him.
Alrighty.
Speaking of Senator Ryan, he's been away for quite a while now. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. A call came in from a relative of his while you were away, so he stepped outside to take it. Most likely it's going on longer than I expected. The two were estranged for some time, as I understand it. I see. It must be the crossbones side of the family. Yeah, I don't know if he'd be in contact with his wife
To the Trion
at all. Where does she live? What is that place called?
Trion Tower, one of Edith's major landmarks.
It's like west of Leaves, I think.
Find the Verns-
Milsante. That's the name. I believe she still lives there. In exchange for teaching my mom how to use the Orbital Net, she lets me play games on the T-phone. Honestly, it's way more interesting than I thought it'd be. I hope I can have my own someday.
Welcome to the Trion Mall.
Honestly, it's kind of embarrassing that my son knows the T-phone better than I do. He's been able to teach me all sorts of things, though, like how to access different recipe sites, how to call my friends. Oh, and today, I was even able to save some Mira by shopping on a store I found on the net.
You'll have a fabulous time here.
Okay.
We didn't have such wonderful-
I wanted to stop by the Vern store to ask about additional T-phone plans today. They have all sorts to choose from, whether it's based on how much calling you do, how often you use the Orbital Net, and what features you use most. When I bought my own, the clerk suggested that I get the basic plan just to try it out. But the T-phone's an essential part of my life already. I need a better plan, a plan that better suits me.
Edith's major landmarks.
Didn't your dog chew up your last one?
Alrighty.
Also find the
I think you need one that's like
movie theater, boutiques, and other various
got a huge cover on it. A lot of places are selling T-phone accessories now. Apparently all kinds of industries want in on the market. I suppose it's only because everyone's so confident about the T-phone's future. As an employee of the Vern Company, I couldn't be more pleased.
Calvard on fire. You won't want to miss
Oh. Oh god, she was super hidden. While I was talking to her, I'm like, wait, why is Lashkar here alone? So you've finished making the rounds apologizing to everyone? Mm-hmm. Though I think you're the one I should be saying sorry to the most. Kinda. We live together, but I never even bothered to ask you for help. It's alright, Lashkar. I get how you feel, loud and clear. Now pick yourself up and turn that gloomy mood around. If Annie were here, she'd tease you rotten about it. Yeah, you're probably right, kinda. I gotta start looking forward, not just for her, but for Kent and all the others, too. Lashkar seems to have finally calmed down a bit. Now we just have to keep pushing forward, for Annie and everyone else. Gyna's right. Annie would probably crack a joke about who I am and what I did with the real Lashkar. I gotta start looking forward, not just for her, but for Kent and all the other Cray villagers, too. What do you think would happen if, like, at the end of the game, we went back here? No, this isn't even far enough back. At the end of the game, we went back to, like, Daybreak 1 and stopped Dante's? Or something. Just send us like super far back for no reason at all to try to save them. They wouldn't do that, right? That would actually be a little too absurd, I think. But part of me thinks it would be interesting if they wrote it that way, but it would affect way too much. Maybe what would be cool is they at least present it as an option. You know? Like, what if you could go back? And then Van and everyone has to be like, we could go back and save Cray, but we'd lose all our time together. That kind of thing may come up if they ever are presented with an option via time travel. So, the famous Lashkar, is it? Kind has mentioned him a few times. Honestly, looking at them like this, I could almost mistake them for siblings. It's nice to see they're so comfortable with one another. The things those two are carrying on their shoulders, though, it's hard to imagine. Well, as their manager, I'll do everything I can to make things easier for them.
Well, please stop by again.
Well,
Honestly, I thought they were siblings until, like the very end of the first game.
Theater, boutiques, and other various shops to peruse.
I don't remember who Lashkar is. Does Lashkar even have a sibling?
You want to check out the hottest new
Okay, we can't go up here.
Tifa.
I thought Kaina did. Someone did. Yeah, Lashkar's sister was at the church, right?
Won't want to miss it.
I forgot her name. Lashkar had a sister in the church in Cray Village, and Kaina just had parents, and that's it, I think. Well, wait. Which one? Jimmy's colleague. Who's Jimmy? Wait, no, I know Jimmy.
Welcome to
That sure was fun. Oh, Jimmy, right. He changed his outfit, right. That sure was a lot of fun. By the way, you're looking pretty good today, Jimmy. I was kind of surprised. Oh, wait, really? Talk about a confidence boost. Wait, so would you maybe want to go out again sometime? Of course. Oh man, I gotta tell Najib. Okay, well, why don't we call it a night here then? All right, I'll see you tomorrow, Jimmy. It's the most normal way you could end a date. Mitchie's holding an event over at the department store at Station Street right now. Started early in the morning, though, so they're probably wrapping up at this point. I wanted to go so badly, too. Why couldn't they have done it on one of my days off? Yeah.
You'll also find the Vern store.
Let's go to R&M first.
Boutiques and other various shops to peruse.
Najib. All right, I'd better start preparing for tomorrow. We have a lot of new products in stock, so I need to update our website. Oh, I nearly forgot. One of our longtime customers finally went out on a date today. I'll have to ask Jimmy how it went next time I see him.
You won't want to miss it.
About that new personal styling service I thought up the other day. Making it a reality necessitates an involvement in cosmetics and other industries, none of which we have the know-how for. And building up that expertise from square one would take a massive investment on both money and time. And why don't you work with another business? In which case, I should revise my proposal draft to center around forming partnerships with existing companies. Just wait till headquarters hears about this. I'm about to revolutionize the industry a second time.
Anything of interest?
There you go.
I hope you found everything to you.
Leather choker. Really? Leather choker for Katra.
Thank you.
He wears like almost a turtleneck. It goes like really high up. You wouldn't even see this choker.
Liking.
Alright, what's going on in here? I always get the munchies whenever I come for these late night showings. My stomach likes to wait until the movie goes dead silent before it starts rumbling, though. Maybe I'll grab a light snack or something for dinner before showtime. Yeah. Usually around this time of night, we get a lot of customers that feel like they need to see a movie on a whim. Although some of them do seem to be film connoisseurs as well. I guess they like the idea of watching movies in a quiet, half-empty theater. Not that I can blame them. It really amps up the atmosphere.
Step right up.
2 movies, okay. All right, we officially have seen everything. So, okay, purchase. We can go to the Tyrell district as well, so there might be 2 movies that we don't have a brochure for. Wait. 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, complete. Oh. They're only not... Yeah, okay, we can just watch whatever the hell we want then. Never mind, it doesn't matter.
Step right.
It's just who do I want to hang out with? Katra's pretty far back. No, never mind. Fairy and Aaron, if I can get away with it. Yeah. I wonder if I can see a movie with Ren. Fairy, Aaron, and Ren.
Step right.
Thank you for your visit today. The showing on screen 1 will soon begin.
Okay, Fairy has seen this movie.
If you have a ticket, please proceed to the entrance.
Wait, I can't take Aaron? Why can't I take Aaron? Aaron just doesn't want to see my Casablanca? Okay. Well, if I'm going to take someone else, then it's going to be Ren and... Katra? Katra's technically the farthest behind. Yeah, Ren and Katra.
Step.
We have merchandise for the movie on sale at the shop. Why not buy a...
Okay, I didn't get the message, so I think we're good. Next scene. It's a little hard for me to fully relate to what those girls were thinking, even though I feel like I should. That said, no one has the right to dictate who you can or can't have feelings for. People can like who they like, regardless of gender. Well said, it's tough being a minority. They're often dealt a hard lot in life. I can't imagine it's easy to confide in someone about those kind of feelings. Someday, I hope that we can build a happier world for those people, a world where they can live their lives peacefully and be accepted in the same way that you, the professor, and everyone else accepted me for whoever I might be. And that's what I want for myself, too. And that line, the line that stuck out to me was, "You're denying my feelings so I won't get hurt." On one hand, Helena did have Sherry's interest at heart, and on the other... in reality, Helena was denying her own feelings to shield herself from potential heartache. Sherry took it as Helena being kind. She could see right through her. Kindness can express itself in cruel ways, but at least in their case, it all ended up okay. And there's a fine line between love and compassion, but they're entirely different concepts. I can see how one might confuse the two. Pretty deep analysis for a high schooler. I won't be a high school student for much longer, you know. Having finished their break, Van and his crew resumed their work. That is weird to think. The first time I saw Ren was 20 years ago. But... well, now she's just getting... you know what? Was it 20 years ago? Oh, wow. 21 years ago, Trails in the Sky released. Damn. And Ren's been the character so far who's been in the oldest game and the newest game. So... how old is Ren? There's like 3 years being shaved off of like accurate time there. Yeah, I think Ren's 17? 18?
Observation deck stands
We've been planning to hold an event to introduce the constellations in preparation for summer. In all of the Republic, Trion Tower is the one place that's closest to the sky. The event's sure to make for a wonderful experience. The materials aren't quite ready yet, but I can't help but being excited for it. Honestly, it's even had me looking at the stars more often. Had me looking at the stars. Wait, are these the two from Blacklight? Or they're unnamed, so... Was it Barker, Tracy, and Paprika? They look like them, identical. Nina, tell us your secret. Hey Nina, you here all by yourself? Oh, hello everyone. Yes, I am. Judith already knows, considering we live in the same building, but my apartment's actually pretty close to Trion Tower. That's why I come out here to take breaks sometimes. It makes for a nice change of scenery. Plus, there are some things you don't notice when you're on everyone else's level. Such as the city lights below us. Every single one is a testimony to someone else's existence. Just look at how many people there are. The city truly is wonderful, don't you think? And yet, it's steeped in so much sin. Nina? That was awfully strange. Ooh! Nope. That doesn't give me any clue, actually. Hey, is everything okay? You're sounding pretty sentimental tonight. Oh, I'm sure she's just stuck in method acting mode. It can be kind of hard to leave a character when you're deep, right, Nina? Yes, I apologize. I hadn't meant to worry you. Oh, but never mind me. I was so scared for you all after seeing the news this morning. Well, at least everyone seems to have made it out all right. I'm so relieved. Please try and be more cautious in the future. Sorry, didn't think you'd be so worried for us. I would have contacted you earlier, but we never really got the chance, so yeah, sorry. But anyway, I'm glad to see you're working so hard. Just make sure not to push yourself, alright? Of course. Thank you for your concern, Judith. Considering it ended in me getting to see you all, I'd say tonight's trip to the observation deck was well worth it. Everyone, I know you're very brave and resourceful, but promise me you'll take care of yourselves, okay? Yeah, we promise, alright? You're such a worrywart sometimes. Nina, what?
The sun is setting on Edith for the day.
God, I can't get a read on what her secret's going to be. I just know that it entirely is based off an optional conversation where we snuck up on her and she was talking to no one in the garage under the hotel. Everything rides on that. Some kid dropped his juice in front of our stall earlier. He went over to the binoculars, so I figured I'd give him another one. But these heights are killer, man. All right, calm down. You can do this, Dennis.
Trion Tower's observation deck stands 215 art above ground level.
Uh-oh. Phew, sorry to keep you waiting, Julieta. I totally lost track of time while I was shopping. It's fine, I'm used to it at this point. Besides, I like spending time on the observation deck. Were you thinking up some more stories for your picture books? Yep, today's was about a country girl who had a fated encounter with a handsome prince in a big city. Oh, how very romantic. You'll have to tell me all about it when we get home. Sure thing, yay! For some reason, my imagination runs especially wild when I'm here on the observation deck. Mommy and my friends at Sunday school really like it when I tell them all the stories I come up with. That's probably why I like making picture books so much.
215 art above ground.
My daughter is so creative. I'm not sure where she gets it from, but you won't find me complaining. She's a rare gift, and I want to help her try and develop it as much as I can. Oh dear, it's getting awfully late, isn't it? We need to get home so I can make dinner. My little girl must be starving. I'm gonna whip up something extra nice just for her. How literally should I be taking that? Being up here gets her imagination going. Does being up on Trion Tower, which was designed by Epstein as well as the Genesis, is there an effect when you're up there? Is that why Nina's up there? Let's go to Station Street.
What are we waiting for?
Oh boy, there's a lot of people here. Gotcha.
I wonder if business will be better this year.
I wonder if they'll let me go on any business trips with this promotion. I mean, a salary increase is nice and all, but what I really want to do is more traveling. I wonder if it's too late to decline. What? What? I think she needs a different job that is just about traveling, like a traveling salesman. No problems on Station Street today. I'll do my best to protect the peace tomorrow, too. Honestly, the Bracer Guild's probably the biggest deterrent for crime around here. It's likely more effective than our patrols. Makes it pretty easy to supervise the area, though. Anyway, people like Jacobin are definitely not the norm around here. I forgot. You're Frederica. So you wanted to talk about the student festival. Then tell me, what can the worst president and student president in Armis history do for you? Isn't the ever-talented Miss Bright supposed to be in charge this year? Why aren't you asking her? Well, Bren's definitely talented, but she can't be everywhere at once, you know. Plus, we don't really think you're the worst student president in Armis history either. I understand if you're still feeling hurt by what Ren did in the past, but she only had that opportunity because she was an exchange student. What? What did Ren do to her? And anyway, you were the reason last year's festival was so successful. You put so much work into it all. So, you came here to make me cry, is that it? If not, I suggest you stop there. Any more, and the waterworks are bound to start. Oh, I can only take... I have to take the whole... Okay. That's what they meant. I can take one of you guys, but I have to take the rest of them. Okay. Ren? Ren, I think you should have a talk with her. What am I crying for? Ren? Were you there the whole time? Good evening. I don't think I've caught the entire conversation, but I believe I have a good idea of what it was about. Frederica, I'd like to apologize once again, and thank you for all your hard work. Well, it's not like I needed your acknowledgement, but I suppose it does make me a little happy. Frederica, I see she still has a cute side. Alright, that's the end of this topic. You came to talk to me about the festival, yes, so let's talk. See you later, Ren. See you later, Ren. We'll tell you about any decisions we make tomorrow. Alright, and I look forward to hearing them. Nope. I'm assuming you meant to ask me about last year's sponsors. Whoa, yeah, got it in one. There's so many companies we'd like to ask for support, but... Okay, I gotta remember I have to switch people around for potentially unique dialogue then. I can't believe it. Did Mina actually make a friend at Sunday? I told you. Wait, I said it at my monitor. She didn't hear. I think this might be the first friend she's ever had. Is this why she's been going to school all by herself lately? My little mommy's girl, all grown up. Oh, but I'll be so lonely without her. Don't do that. Well, all that matters is that she's happy, and hopefully this means she'll be ready to go to Sunday school full-time next month. Oh no, just the thought is making me sad. Is it Mina that has the separation anxiety, or me? I knew it. I knew it! Whoa, your mom sounds so nice, Mina. Yep, mommy always makes sure I'm happy. Anyway, what's your mommy like? See, my mom... Uh-oh.
Well...
And can you believe I knew the answer today? Hey, you're starting Sunday school for real next month, right? I think we're going to be learning some new stuff soon. Yeah, mommy told me the same thing. Whoa, it's like your mom knows everything, Mina.
A story of blood-stained earth, and of how a young band of soldiers managed...
I guess I was jumping to conclusions, huh? I love how I can just walk up to Carlo and know he's gonna sigh right away. I had a talk with Ilhan recently about that mobile payment service of his. Not only was he not planning to leave Iota, but he's apparently already finished with the more taxing parts of the project, so now he can relax and focus on being a barista. At least that's what he told me. I should have known. I mean, that's just the kind of guy Ilhan is, the one who never throws in the towel. Ilhan never changes, huh? He might start projects on a bit of a whim, but you can always be sure he'll follow it to the end. I guess he really is a genius. As long as we continue working together, I have no reason to complain. Carlo's been a bit paranoid about Ilhan leaving lately. He was worried about him becoming too focused on his new adventure. But I guess there was really no need for concern. Ah, what a relief. Iota's only at its best when they work together, after all. Why is everyone sighing here? Although her sigh was a sigh of relief, of course. Alright, how is your husband handling this? Is he like all hopped up on caffeine? Today was splendid, Olivia. Who knew the capital could be so interesting? See, I told you it's nice to experience new things. Yes, you were right. Perhaps I should consider moving to Edith as well. Oh, God. I'm not sure if that would be a blessing or a curse. Either way, you two really are alike. I suppose I was right to trust my wife. I'm sorry that I said you should divorce him. Apparently, I didn't... He seemed like such a dick, but like one scene later, he's just her. All those things missing from Arastian high society, she managed to find them here. Yes, our life in the capital should go swimmingly. Oh, he's already planning it. Now I can enjoy myself to the fullest. I'm so glad my husband understands. He may look rather stern at times, but he's actually quite simple to please. Of course, my experience as his wife has given me a leg up on the matter. Okay. I wonder. It should be fine for me to enjoy myself as well, right? I hope. Otherwise, screw these guys. I like them a lot. I really liked Olivia the whole last game, but and her butler. But if they did that to you, I would stop liking them. Carlos said he wants me to rethink my new venture. You see, he's worried that I might start neglecting Iota if I go any further. That I'd leave my barista work once I got too involved. Well, to tell the truth, I've already made headway on creating a foundation for the project. And I'm still here, aren't I? Now I'll have plenty of time to focus on Iota. Maybe I should actually take the time to assuage Carlos's worries. Carlos worries? Oh god, Carlos. It's weird that his name isn't Carlos, it's Carlo. I've never had any intention of leaving Iota. How could I quit now after all the memories we've made? Plus, it makes for a perfect work environment. I planned on starting the project by setting up its base foundation from the very beginning. It would just make those pesky bank negotiations easier. I'm surprised he misunderstood, actually. I'll have to talk to him about it later.
What can I get for you? Hope it's to your satisfaction.
You shouldn't be selling recipes. You're giving away your secrets.
Please at least consider
And Professor Hamilton's presentation was truly remarkable, as she offered such a succinct analyses of so many dynamic viewpoints. It was simply phenomenal. Interestingly enough, the topic she spoke on may actually help me with my paper as well. I mean to submit it at this year's essay writing competition. The theme is social sustainability. Having Professor Hamilton's insight along with my own knowledge of urban engineering, this paper might actually end up defining my academic career. Okay. Alright, the report for the seminar is complete, and now I can get started on my own work. Thankfully, my T-phone should allow me to lighten my workload for next year. Maybe now I'll have enough time to start entering the competition annually. Oh, wait. Nate's not X? So, all the listening devices around in your room, should be gone now. Hopefully you won't have any more trouble with stalkers in the future. Right, thank you. I'm really sorry about today. I can't imagine I'm someone you'd want to be talking to right now. I should just take my leave. Stay safe. Wait. Back when we were dating, something felt off, but I never actually had any proof. And I didn't really feel like I could depend on you, so I just never said anything. I see. But you were the one that caught my stalker, right? Your passion for your job might have led you to blowing me off on dates a few times, but I respect the fact that you're so dedicated. Yeah, and his dedication and airheadedness of forgetting to go on a date with you led to him catching him. What I'm trying to say is thank you. Of course. Kind of feels like we shouldn't butt in. Yeah, let's leave him be for now. No, never. Seriously, if anything else is bothering you, just let me know. It's a policeman's duty to help, you know. Thanks. You're doing good work, Nate. And I guess it makes sense that you're so busy all the time. I mean, her name is Nate's girlfriend. That is her name. So I think we can assume that they're getting back together. Or someone made a typo. If we're going in here. Who's this? Oh, your granddaughter. Oh, isn't this the paperwork detailing the legacy? It should be finished by now. We'll have to keep an eye out for all Almata-related fallout. Any Almata-related. Also, I've written a brief report on information I found about the TGB. Please, take a look when you can. It's a lot of work, Luca. And you did it all so quickly, too. Good job. I guess you really were the right choice for handling Arassian. Oh, come on, grandfather. I'm sure you know plenty of people more skilled than I am. Well, even if I did, I'm still glad I left it to you. I doubt anyone else could have handled the death game so well. Keep it up, Luca. Understood. And grandfather, please try not to overdo it here in the capital. She's the receptionist from the guild's Arassian branch. I wonder why she came to Edith. Yes, she's Hazel's granddaughter as well. She's phenomenal at her job. The only reason there aren't more problems in Arassian is because of all of her hard work. So much happened in Arassian last year. I'm glad things aren't that crazy anymore. Hey, Elaine, I see you brought that crew of fixers along too. Thanks again for all your help in Arassian. I still can't help feeling regretful over the loss of Ewan. Though, Ewan. God, I'm never going to say his name right. But the others at our branch are making sure to carry on his legacy. I suppose I should too, as my part in making recompense for his death. Anyway, I'm not entirely sure of what your circumstances are at the moment, but if there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Actually, we kind of have a thorny situation on our hands. Yes, and with aid from the Arassian branch, it's possible we could acquire information that would otherwise be unavailable to us. We'll be counting on you, Luca. Of course, I'm not so sure I will be of much help, but I'll cooperate to the best of my ability. Luca, huh? Reminds me of Messeldom. Talk about an unpleasant surprise. Oh yeah. I imagine the fact that Ix chose to go by that name as well was just a coincidence. Yeah, I would assume so.
Lady.
I'll try to help as much as I can. Be sure to take care of yourselves in the meantime, and try not to get into too much trouble before hearing back from us, alright? What? Hold on. What do you mean? We know why he chose that name. That was the name of the guy's son, and he was trying to imitate being his son. What do you mean you imagine it was just a coincidence? A coincidence to her being named Luca? I don't think she should be related at all to that. I'm so confused on what they were getting at there. Heard you guys got into some trouble today. And now you've got Elaine, Ren, and even the Divine Blade of Silver backing you up, huh? Garden Master, we should probably start planning on how to deal with him as soon as Jin makes it back. Where is Jin? That's why I'd like to do another tour of the guild's branches. Sounds like you have your mind made up then. So, Grey Arnold, what is it that you strive for? That's the question they asked when I first joined. I strive to become stronger. Strong enough to defeat all of the injustices I see around me. I want to have the strength to protect. And I strive to become a real bracer, just like my sister. Alright, once you succeed, I'll be here waiting for you. Thank you very much, Lahad. Hey, I heard about what happened to you guys. That must have been pretty rough, huh? The others made it sound like the scene was really bad. I'm glad there weren't any casualties, though. Not that I'm one to talk, but make sure you're careful going forward, alright?
Alrighty.
Oh, more. They finally lifted some of the restrictions I've been under. I got permission to do a tour of some of the guild's branches, too. I need to show my seniors that all the effort they put into training me hasn't gone to waste. I will show them results. Just between you and me, I saw Gray's sister pretty often back when I was training in Le Mans. She's the best bracer out of all of us. I still have a lot of respect for her. But if he wants to follow in her footsteps, he'll have to work hard for it. Anyway, today was kind of a lot to deal with, don't you think? And after I just got back from my business trip, too. Guild needs to come up with a plan on what to do tomorrow, though, so don't feel like it's all on your shoulders, alright? Got it. Yes, we'll be preparing a counteroffensive. They must have an opening somewhere. Right, we'll be counting on you guys. But still, actually, maybe now's not the best time anyway. There's something I needed to talk to Jin about, but it looks like he's already left. Well, I guess that's fine. I'll just have to tell him when he gets back. Alright, no one else around here. Look, the net news just updated. After a thorough examination, Aslan has been determined to have sustained 0 career-threatening injuries. For real? Ugh, I'm so glad. That accident looked so scary. Wait, but what about his face? Any scars? Any minor lesions? We'll see a full recovery. Thank the goddess. Yeah, seriously, if anything were to happen to that beautiful face of his, it might just put me into a coma. Oh boy. No way, they finally gave me an offer? Oh man, these past 15 hours were stressful as all get out. Well, at least it's all over now. I can finally say I got a job before I graduated. But did it really have to be a public transportation company? This feels like a cruel twist of fate. Oh well, I'm sure I'll be fine, right? Really? Why did you even apply? That is kind of perfect, though. Perfect for him, of all things they could have done. Been looking for a job forever, always gets lost, can't figure out how to get on and off a bus correctly. Working at public transportation. I invited Beth to my house the other day. I listened to all her worries and even gave her a few lessons on housekeeping. That girl, I hope she finds a way to fill the hole in her heart. All her life, she's thought that being married to someone wealthy was what led to true happiness. But I've made sure to tell her that happiness is found in many aspects of life, and not just marriage. I only hope she listens. I said all those things last year in hopes that I would drive her away. Really? But I've learned I need to face my issues head on. I just hope she understands now.
On the roof of this building,
Oh.
you will find a rest area surrounded by greenery.
I heard there was a fire at Monmar. I was so worried.
Should you need a
I dine there so often after all, and that's not to mention how many children are in the area.
Let me know if you need anything at all.
That was the least you've ever said.
Anytime.
Huh? Never thought my sister could be so sentimental. Zhao Ling sent you something. Yeah, in the past, all her letters ever talked about was whether I was ready to give up my job yet, so I could come back to the Gekka school. This one is different. She wanted me to know that as long as I show passion for the path I'm on, she's willing to accept my choice. Now that I think about it, did she really say that? Maybe I read it wrong. Makes sense to me. You know, Longport might be slow to change its ways sometimes, but it's never been immune to progress. I'm sure plenty of people back home are realizing they need to start adjusting their beliefs a little. Still, to not only have my father, but my stubborn little sister express her acceptance of me, it feels like I'm living in a parallel world. Maybe something about her bracer job changed her mind. Isn't this what you've always wanted? I mean, not that you need to worry about others accepting your choices, but this is exactly what you've been waiting for. Well, anyway, I'm glad for you. And if you ever need any help, feel free to give us a shout. Thanks, Van. Honestly, though, this whole ordeal's given me a good chance to reflect on my path in life. There's got to be a way to get the best of both worlds, right? But don't you worry, I'll be holding down the pharmacy for a while yet. Guess I should be getting back to work, huh? Care to clear our shelves before you leave?
What can I get for you today?
No, you don't have anything good.
Please come back soon.
Alright, how are you taking this? I didn't think Marguerite would be so affected by what we had talked about. Well, I suppose it only makes sense. How could money and a husband be enough to fix all my problems? I feel like I've really had my eyes opened. Oh, damn.
Well,
I think that talk with Marguerite made me realize I was just feeling lonely. I mean, I don't really have any friends, and the reason I try to get dressed up all the time is so that I could get men to talk to me. She was right, maybe I do need help. Anyway, now I know that money and status aren't the key factors to a healthy marriage. I'll have to remember that from now on. That is you've come full circle. That is the end of her character development. Damn. Oh, you're here. I heard you guys had something big happen with Marduk and Kruga. You know, I thought Marduk had been making some strange moves lately, and then there were those rumors about the Kruga in the Blacklight District. But to think 2 of your assistants would be involved, is everything all right? I suppose it only makes sense that Miss Sylvie's aware of our situation. Allow me to take full... No, my inexperience is to blame, so from now on, I pledge to do my very best in helping Van and the others. Sounds like you two are trying to find ways to cope with the situation. But think of it this way, both of you managed to overcome the problem in the end, right? That sounds like some pretty serious strength to me. You should be proud of yourselves. Miss Sylvie. I just keep remembering how helpless it made me feel. Like Sylvie said, learning to cope with the situation might take a little time. I know this was a horrible thing to experience, but everyone made it out in one piece and you're stronger for it. Exactly, and who knows, maybe you'll even be able to turn that strength into your own weapon. A weapon you can use to fight for peace and justice. I suppose you're right. Thank you, Miss Sylvie. I'll use what I've learned to my advantage. Yeah, I guess the only way to go from here is up, huh? Anyway, I recognize that you guys have been through a lot. Honestly, the fact that you've managed to get through it all is pretty impressive. It's been an honor doing work for you guys. If you ever find yourself in need of some help, feel free to stop by. I'm all yours.
What would you like today?
Did I forget to upgrade? Oh yeah, you guys just got added. You too?
We hope you enjoy shopping with us.
Everyone else has a weapon, I think. Right, we don't have Solis or Leon yet. I don't think I need to upgrade anyone else that way. Oh, sorry. I only have 13 of these. I'm not going to upgrade. I have 43k still?
I'll get more
All right.
good stuff in stock soon.
You still have
What
new
would you
what?
like today? Thank you for visiting the Weston department store.
Oh, I have to hover. Okay.
You better take good care of it.
Our store
Now we're
has a
good.
wide variety of fine goods for sale.
Well, I believe it's about time for the end of the school semester, correct?
We hope you
We've had a
enjoy
fair
shopping.
number of parents stop in to purchase graduation robes recently. Thankfully, we managed to arrange uniforms for the new semester ahead of time. I have a feeling we'll be rather busy in the near future. Welcome.
Thank you for coming.
Okay, maybe I'll buy one more of these because this is really, really good.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please.
Fairy. Yeah. Okay.
If you
I feel
want
good
Please
about
stop
that.
by
vegetables
again.
and ingredients that are directly sourced from farmers, look no further than Holden Groceries.
Welcome to Weston Department Store's first ever Mishi show. Oh, is that what he's been working on? The scale may be a bit small, but the turnout's been spectacular so far. We've received rave reviews for the performance too. With this success, I believe we've proven ourselves quite capable of using an opponent's assets to our advantage. This event has helped lay the foundation for our future. Where is he? Is he hiding in the corner? I'll admit I was a bit hesitant to use a mascot so closely associated with one of our rivals, but the Trion Mall has no such qualms when it comes to snatching up brands. If they think it'll be of use to them, they'll have it. In order for us to gain the same amount of reach, we had to do the same. We have no chance of opposing them otherwise. Alright, yeah, it's not a great turnout, but still, you're doing it. I can't believe they got Mishi to show up. The Trion Mall practically had a stranglehold on him. And at this rate, our rooftop could be turning into quite the event venue. Maybe it's just because we showed up at the tail end and it's like over. But there are 4 people here. And one of them's Rosie. How could this be? I managed to get into the event today to hug Mishi, but how is he even softer than I imagined? It was like hugging an expensive luxury carpet. I've got to add this to the list of Mishi's best features. How is he so perfect? Good evening, everyone. Did you come all this way just to see me? Well, not exactly. I didn't think we'd see you around this late. Guessing your event ran a little long? It seems we were right to come to the rooftop. I'm glad to see you, Mishi. I'm glad too. Well, I'd love to talk more with you all, but I really do need to be going. I mean, my energy has its limits, you know. Anyway, it's time I returned to Missional Wonderland. Alright, good job today, Mishi. Thank you. See you next time.
Well,
Sorry, everyone, but it's time for me to say bye-bye. Even Mishi needs his rest. The Mishi show is ended just a little while ago. Okay. Make sure you join us next time. I bet there were at least a few people up here. The fact that he's still greeting people like welcome to the it's over, sir. I don't know if you should still be greeting them. You're getting their expectations up.
Ladies
Hope's
and
up.
gentlemen, your attention please.
All right, we are done with Station Street. That is 2 districts, and then let's go to Tyrell.
off we go.
And before we do any looking around, there's not that many people.
I better get home. I've got some delicious ice cream.
Let's see what we got.
It is a dangerous monster request. Oh, Gargo Rome. Okay. Well, that one I'm going to do in the next episode then. I want to do, I guess we're going to explore Riverside and do the side quest here. Okay, we just have to avoid Bermati, but...
All right.
Oh, Chino. Van, there's something I'd like to ask you and your team about. Please stop by when you have a moment. I'll be in Riverside as always. Style that suits oneself. Oh, she was kind of hinting this, and then we were like, what's going on with you? Because she wanted to reflect on Maybe she's just trying to nail down like what her business should be about. Well, we're gonna find out. Let's do this before we explore. After I grab a drink, for sure. Yeah, before we explore, I'd say, just to be safe. All right. Good to go. Welcome. It's a pleasure to see you all together again. You saw the notice, and you said you had something you wanted to discuss with us. Yes, I do. I see. So you want to add your own personal flair, huh? I worked really hard to be where I am today. I even managed to open my own little bar with this food truck. That's probably the thumbnail. I've enjoyed the work, meeting all kinds of people, getting to introduce them to new drinks. But I feel like I'm stuck in a bit of a rut. So, you want to try improving yourself? Honestly, I'm a little surprised to hear you say that. You seem to be doing really well. I didn't expect you to be so passionate about making a change. Did something happen? Bartenders usually don't get the chance to talk about themselves. You see, my mother raised me all by herself. Growing up, she made sure that I knew I could do anything I wanted to, be anything I wanted to do. And so, after a series of events, I chose to be a bartender. But something hit me recently. I fulfilled my goal of becoming a bartender, yeah, but am I okay with just being a bartender? Shouldn't I strive to be a little more? That's why I'm trying to figure out how to take myself a step further. You think we can help you out? Yes, I've been thinking about it for a while now, but I can't seem to come up with a decision of what to do. And that's why I thought it might be helpful to hear a few of your opinions, considering you're all so worldly and experienced, I mean. I think you might be overestimating what we can do for Yoshino. You should have more faith in yourself. After all, you're the one with the bartending knowledge. There's no need to be so humble, Van. She just wants to hear things from the viewpoint of someone with a wide variety of experiences. Right, Chino? Well, her request seems easy enough. Seeing someone so willing to perfect their craft, it's a commendable feat for sure. We may not know much about bartending, but having a lot of opinions to think on will surely be of help. Thank you all so much. I don't mean to interrupt any of your plans, so please feel free to look into this only when you feel you're able. Alright. Now. Actually, I guess we do have a little time on our hands at the moment. I have an idea of who we can talk to. We should be back soon with some good stuff. Thank you so much. As soon as I can develop my own style, I intend to challenge Ramadi. He's someone I've looked up to for a while. I intend to wow him by making the best cocktail he's ever seen. So you're telling me you're trying to recreate the competition they held in Tharbad last year? I call dibs on being the judge. Aren't you a little young to be drinking so much? No. Well, we'll do our best to ask around. With your connections, I'm sure we'll have plenty of people we can talk to. Did you have someone in mind at the moment? Now I'm thinking there's five places we can choose from. Those. We should go to at least 3. But if we have time, I'd like to visit all of them. Understood. Minimum of 3, maximum of 5. Actually, before we leave, I have a question for Miss Shino. What exactly drew you to bartending in the first place? I figure knowing that much might give us insight into how to help you more effectively. Well, it wasn't really anything life-changing, and honestly, the story's a little embarrassing. Ooh, you have my attention. But I suppose it is impolite to dig into a lady's secrets. I guess we'll just ask around and see what we can find.
Let's get this party started.
Oh, there is one here, though. Oh, we should do that one. What are we looking for? They're really into their groove. Should we wait for them to finish? For what? And the others watch the girls practice performance to the... That was just a practice performance? Once they came off stage, the group explained their situation to them. And you thought we'd be able to help. Wow, this makes me feel like a real idol. A real idol? Sayla, we've been doing this stuff for months already. We have fans all over the Republic. That's true. With You is very popular at my school. Yeah, I'll even hear your music while taking a walk around town. Sorry, I didn't mean to be so negative. It took a while for our group to take off, so I'm still getting used to the attention. I mean, we even almost disbanded at one point. Well, I guess I can't really blame you for feeling like that. We may have performed well, but nobody really accepted us at first. Yeah, we finally proved we can sell, though. They can't doubt us ever again. So what you're saying is that it's important to make people recognize your worth. Not only your managers, but the public, too. Yeah, unfortunately, it's not enough to be good at what you do. If you're in the service industry, you really have to put your back into marketing yourself. Pretty words alone won't get you to the top. And that seems like pretty sound advice for making a living out here. Thanks for taking the time to talk with us. Good luck with your show and everything. Okay? This was to help Shino. This was... We're just going around asking people who've, like, found their calling and... Is that what we're doing? Van didn't really make it clear at first.
Let's roll, gang.
Probably talking to Kisara here, I would assume. Yep. Are we talking to successful people to get tips to give back to Shino? Like,
Got a question for you.
Talking to Huck. You know, they made me write one of those how-to books a few years ago. Boy, was that a pain in the rear. You wrote a book? That's amazing. He used to be an investor, after all. They once called him the finance guru. I'm sure lots of people sought out his advice. Yeah, he's more than just some old man who likes baths and mahjong. It might be helpful to hear what he has to say. Well, I have to disagree. I'm just your friendly neighborhood elder, don't you know? Should we step out for a sec? No, you're fine. Don't worry about it. You know, I think I'd actually like to hear Miss Matilda's input as well. Oh, well, I hope you're not expecting too much. There's really only so much I can say. Here's what I have. Even if you're confident in your abilities, there's only so much you should push yourself. Once you start overexerting yourself, nothing you produce will live up to your expectations. Yep, good. There's simply no need to force yourself to constantly improve. You just have to keep moving at your own pace. I'm going to take this advice to heart for YouTube as well. Don't record 4 episodes in a row, because the last one you will be super tired and not react at all. That was the last episode. So I overexerted myself. I see. Then, while you're moving at your own pace, you can use trial and error to find ways to better yourself. Honestly, I thought you'd say something more complex. I'm just a fussy old man to you, aren't I? Well, anyway, old folks are prone to saying that things have to be a certain way. But as the generations come and go, it's natural that the world will change with them. It's young folks like you that are out there experiencing the world, after all. You know what's really happening. If we all respect our own thoughts and feelings, everything should go swimmingly. That's why I want you to live your life to the fullest. Listen to your heart and we'll have a better world in no time. Who else said it'll go swimmingly? Was it you? This is like the 3rd time this episode that someone's like talking about things going swimmingly, and I never hear anyone say that. Like, it's so rare. that someone like actually uses that term. I guess it's written by the same person, so they're just gonna use it more. Listen to your heart and we'll have a better world in no time. I suppose that's all I have to say on the matter. It was really nice, Sock. Talk about a far cry from your usual shenanigans. You be sure to live a long life too. That way you can keep an eye on any of us youngins that lose their way. No, I fully plan on going senile and living the rest of my days with a lovely young nurse. And my impression of you is right back in the toilet. I know someone who definitely fits Huck's personality right there.
On my way.
All right, oh yeah, of course we talked to him. He's like the definition of success story.
Got a question for you.
A lot of the reasoning for the things I do is based on instinct. I suppose that makes it a bit difficult for me to explain. I guess one thing I always try to do is examine everything closely, especially the things I have an interest in. Yoda was actually born from a combination of my interests. I remember you were studying at Basel Institute of Science when you decided to start a venture business, right? Yeah, that's correct. And from there, I used the money I'd earned to open a store. It was my dream to start a brand new type of business, an Orbital Cafe. It's quite risky to do something that has never been done before. Were you not concerned? You see, I was well aware that it was a rather daring move, but that didn't mean I couldn't do it. Why, nobody would try anything new if they were too afraid of the risks. To go from 0 to 1, you have to be willing to act. That is a good, yeah. I see, acting defensively often leads to stagnation. I think that's just another way to put you miss 100% of the shots you don't take or whatever. It's basically that. Yeah, and it's at that moment you'll want to create something new altogether. That's where the fun part comes in. It's a real great time trying to brainstorm all sorts of new ideas. This seems like pretty relevant advice. People who challenge themselves every once in a while will eventually find success. Well, I think that's about all I can say about that. No problem, you've given us a lot to think on. That makes 3. We could head to Shino, but we should probably ask more if we have time.
What are we waiting for?
Alright, let me know. I'm not even gonna look. San. Not San. Gotti? Is Gotti in here? You really?
Let me ask you something.
I guess this is his business. Is it? I thought you were just a guide. Well, I'm honored that you would seek my advice. I must say, however, I'm surprised to see you again, Miss Lanster. Yeah, well, I just give these guys a hand every now and then. So you've had a pretty lengthy career in entertainment. And I'm sure you've got pride to match. You've done a lot of good work. Well, you certainly won't hear me deny that. When we first opened our doors, it was the very dawn of Orbital Films. The ideal we built on was a cinema that will make you fall in love with movies. We've used that ideal as motivation ever since. I continue to play a variety of films at our theater, both old and new. And if I'm remembering correctly, you even play some of the stuff your employees recommend. Yes, we do. I often hope that doing so will ignite a desire for film in them. From a management point of view, there's certainly nothing wrong with playing what are often blockbusters. However, if that was all we ever played, it'd be a bit difficult to foster a passion for movies, and that's what we believe, at least. And that's not to say that other theaters are in the wrong, though. The way I see it, all theaters play a role in creating an appreciation for movies. I was always so excited to see Orbital films when I was younger. It was just like watching a moving picture book. I'll occasionally come to watch something after work, too. It's always an enjoyable time. I agree. Hearing you say that makes it all worthwhile. Say as much. Anyway, I hope you're able to glean something useful from all my talk. No, it sure was interesting. Thanks for your help. Okay. That's the waterwork.
Heading to the objective.
Where do I have to avoid here? The hotel. Oh, that's fine. Let me just go around the back.
Gonna eat something?
No, Giordano. Giordano would have been the guy I go. And then there's Gotti. She's wondering about owning a business or running a business. But we did talk with you, though. We're just learning about personal styles, according to this.
Let me ask you something.
He is pretty damn successful, this guy is. I don't really have any advice to give. I just do my best to serve anyone who sits down. Kinda figured you'd say that. When you serve people, is there maybe something you do to try to make it special? I want my stall to be a place that people can find peace at. On a day filled with mundanities, or a night where you just don't want to be alone. There are a lot of people that stop by that are just looking for some relief. Well, I can definitely see the appeal in having a drink outside. Plus, everyone's got smush in... Everyone's got a smush in when you're at a food stall. Smoosh. You got a smoosh. Yeah, it gives a real sense of unity. It's like, what the hell is that? I've never heard or seen that in text. You make it sound like you're here all the time. Anyway, if that's your philosophy, we'll gladly use it for reference. I don't think I said anything important. Hey, mind having some skewers ready for me later? Alright, that's 5 spots. Guess we'll head back. Smush. I don't know why I kept saying that. I just always assumed when you say smoosh, it would be spelled S-M-O-O-S-H, but it's not. I would have said like scooch, though. Scooch together. They have to scooch together. Even that sounds weird, though. Sorry to keep you waiting. We managed to get some real insightful stuff for you. Thank you so much, and you brought back much more than I see. That's a pretty good idea. Oh, sorry. I guess I got a little caught up in the reading. Anyway, I'm sure I'll be able to do my best work with all the info you've gathered. Oh, you seem pretty confident about that. Well, this is some really good advice after all. I should go ahead and start working on my cocktail now. I'll bring it to Bramati's once I'm finished. I called him up a little while ago, and he said he'd always be willing to entertain a challenge. Of course he is. I'm sure it helps that you're one of his beloved juniors, too. Come to think of it, won't you need someone to judge? Want one of us to jump in? I think I'd be a good choice. You just want a free drink. We're acting on Chino's request this time. We should find a judge that'll be impartial. Why don't we get someone they're both familiar with? I believe that would be best. Jack. Oh. You think you could take up being a judge? Oh, why, thank you for the recommendation. I'd be glad to do so. Why don't we ask Renee and Mario, too? We'll meet up at Bramati's when we're ready. A clash between teacher and student, huh? Upon the group's arrival at Bramati's, the judges began to make their way in. Everyone awaited Chino's arrival with bated breath. Then, finally, she came. Oh, I know that feeling. I know that you've been feeling a bit down for quite some time, but you seem to be in pretty good spirits now. I'm assuming something good happened. Yes, I've finally figured out what kind of bartender I want to be, and I believe I've found my own style too. But just believing isn't enough. I need you to recognize me as well. Please, Master Brimati, won't you take on my challenge? Well, I gladly accept. However, I'd be lying if I said I never recognized your skill in the first place. All right then, as previously decided, I'll start us off. A contest between Brimati and Chino, huh? I'm sure this will be interesting. Guess it'd be a little crass to place bets, though. Let's just see how it turns out. Wait a minute, we've made that before. That's Brimati's Charme de la Nuit. It won runner-up at the bartending tournament last year. Would you hold on to the fruit? Yes, the theme I chose was sweet nights spent reveling in perilous secrets. I've made a few different variations since the contest in Tharbad. Please help yourself. It's delicious. The sweet and sour tastes maintain an exquisite balance. It's really gentle on the tongue. I think this would be perfect for someone who can't hold their liquor. The drink itself is rather pleasing to the eye. I'd say it's good enough to add to your usual menu. Why, thank you. And I suppose now it's Shino's turn. Please tell me that's ice. What is it? Oh, it's an old-fashioned. Looks pretty simple. That's exactly why it's so easy to arrange. You just have to add whatever fruit or liquor you desire. The world made to your liking. I call it Vivid Paraiso? Please help yourself. Paraiso. Or something. It's super fruity. I kind of thought it'd be a little more bitter. Wait, there is a bitter taste too. It's not overtaking the sweetness at all, though. I sense that there's a bourbon base, but the unique alcohol has been restrained. The faint punch it gives is a little addicting. I could see myself indulging a bit too much. It all goes down rather smoothly, and the scent is that black tea. Yes, that's right. It's part of the tea selections at my bar. Bourbon and black tea are two of my favorite drinks. Drink it! Would you mind if I had a glass as well? What do you think? Both the sweet and bitter taste are in perfect harmony. It's almost like a sample of life. You'll find no complaints here, Shino. The drink shares all your charm. I appreciate your praise. You picked up on exactly what I was trying to do with it. Life has both dreams that are sweet and failures that are bitter. Everyone has times when they hesitate to keep pushing forward. And once you reach that point, there's no need to struggle in vain. You just have to keep going at your own pace. That's what I was hoping to convey with this cocktail. Damn. Did she just quote... That's Huck at the end there. Anyone talk about failures? This is definitely from With You. Hesitate to keep pushing forward. Who did we talk to that was hesitating to push forward? I guess With You as well. Wow. Those sure are some wise words. This is the kind of drink I'd like to continue serving at my bar. I'll make it a place where people can drop in with ease, and where they can feel comfortable getting close to others. So, that's the style you want to create. It is. I suppose I'll take the loss this time then. I'm sure our judges would agree. Yes. Of course. Hey, you just made their decision for them. Don't get so caught up in the details. Thank you for your cooperation, everyone. I'm grateful for all the help. Why don't we treat you to some drinks as a reward? Please order anything you'd like. Yes, go on and take a seat wherever. This is the life, Hal. We should try and get free drinks more often. We didn't really do anything to help, though. Well, why don't we pay for ours? Van. I wanted to offer you my thanks as well. I really appreciate you giving my cute little junior the push she needed. It was nothing. Sheena's always had a good head on her shoulders. She just needed someone to get her going. Yes, but you'd be amazed at how few people would be willing to do such a thing, as expected of the man raising the next generation. Right, Mr. Manager? Not raising them, but I have to admit, I am getting used to getting kids back on their feet by now. While enjoying their drinks, the group partook in an evening of pleasant chatter. Upon finishing, they said their goodbyes to Bermati and Chino and once again resumed to activities.
That takes care of that.
Reward deposited.
Alright, that wasn't a very long quest, but it was absolutely worth it. Worth it for the time that, you know, we put in. And didn't really feel boring. There was a lot of collection that I was confused on, but I think in the beginning I thought we were looking for like specifically other bartending styles or something. So I was like, why are we going here? Why are we talking to Huck? But yeah, no, we were just looking for like business styles in general, which is kind of cooler. With You is returned, and they're holding a 6-month anniversary concert. Tonight's going to be so exciting. I'm sure they've only improved since their last performance. Their Revolution Festival concert was definitely some peak showmanship, but they've even got a professional posters this time. That advertising's bound to bring in more fans. I can't wait to see them all.
Hi there. Come again.
Well...
Aha. Right, we haven't been able to actually do this. It's the With You a 6-month anniversary. We're going all out today. Next song we're doing has been one of our biggest hits yet. You all know the lyrics, so sing along. Woo! Sayla! Lulu! Lulua! With You is the best. I feel like there are actually more nameless NPCs in the crowd than usual. Perfect. Attendance is just as I expected, and the fans seem pretty pumped too. We'll be having a meet and greet after their performance as well. Should be a pretty good chance to sell merch. They'll be sure to make a profit. This is exactly the chance that they've been waiting for. I'm glad I decided to take on being their manager. Sayla and Lalua have been picking up whatever jobs they could find in order to fund their performances. Anything to pursue their dream, I guess. But things are going to be different from now on. If we can get the fans to spend more money on them, they'll have no problem setting up shows. But can you do that? She seems like she's gonna be a good manager, though. Like,
Go for some fishing.
Let's do this thing.
She didn't seem like, when you first talked to her, it's like she's just an idol.
Let's do this thing.
An ex-idol. She's a chansonnier. Like, how is she so knowledgeable about what she's doing there with the management? Come think of it, why did you become a bartender? Wasn't it you who said that it's impolite to dig into a lady's secrets? Oh, I guess I did say that. Well, you see, a long time ago, I found myself at a bar after getting my heart broken, and that's where I met a certain bartender. His appearance, his attitude, he was the epitome of class, so I decided I wanted to be just like him. And that's wonderful. You got your heart broken? Yes, I did, but it gave me the chance to find my true passion. Anyway, why don't we talk about the rest some other time? Sounds like you've already got some ideas for bringing back customers. Bar is a place where the conversation never runs dry. I look forward to your future patronage. You think we know?
Hello.
Who broke her heart? Ooh, revive and give 18 CP? I mean, that's immediately good. Ooh. Revives with CP are usually good, but like these are decently low, so it's not helpful. This, though, 18 CP, that's enough to get up and throw up a shield or something immediately. Or heal with Anya's.
Thank you.
But rank 23 is more important. It's 15 strength.
Nowhere better in Riverside than here.
Uh-oh. Well, it sure has been a while, hasn't it? I didn't think you'd want to invite me out again. I know I'm in my 30s now, but I still can't seem to get to round out all my rough edges. I won't lie, the attitude change definitely caught me by surprise at first. But actually, you kind of opened my eyes. Of course, I don't want you to change or anything, but instead of protecting me, I'd like it if I could protect you. Edward, I'm so glad I didn't back out on today. I know Sasha's been saying everything was fine, but I never thought it'd be true. He saw my true self and yet still wants me to depend on him. I'm so happy. Well, at least you want that. How'd I ever beg such a sweetheart? Looks like Miss Sonia's out on another date today. Seems to be going pretty well, too. Good for her. Anyway, I should apologize for having our date at a food stand. The more formal places make me a little uncomfortable. No, it's fine. I like it that he doesn't feel the need to put on airs. God, he really is the one for me. Okay. Well.
It's really nice.
Well, we'll be in a new fiscal year soon. I guess I should start consulting with the others. Go ahead and talk to Primo if you're ordering. She should be able to set you up. Well, as long as she's not distracted. And she's been working here for a while, though, so I doubt she'll get your order wrong. Oh yeah, Lalua dropped by a little while ago. Said she wanted to grab a bite before her performance. It's supposed to be pretty big, too. She seemed pretty excited for it. Maybe I should check it out later.
My stall has the best dishes around.
Don't you think she's looking a little more refreshed than usual? I mean, she's looking terrible, just like her drinks. But it'd be useless to compete against her like this. Guess we'll just have to beat her next time. Our tacos will reign supreme.
I look forward to seeing you again in the very near future.
But Shino doesn't even know you exist, though. Are you competing? Oh, hey, didn't expect to find you two over here. Hey, you having some late-night cravings, too? It's a bit chilly out tonight, but the food's delicious as ever. You just missed Kyle and Shannon, by the way. They figured their time might be better spent fishing. Oh, and before I forgot, I meant to give you a little present the other day. Thanks. Oh, that reminds me, Shannon's gotten much better at fishing recently, don't you think? And their social media accounts seem to be doing pretty good, too. It's nice to see the youth in such high spirits. Yeah, we've been on a roll, lately, but Shannon's still as clueless as ever. I mean, she almost ate our ground bait yesterday. I thought it was just some candy. What? That girl never changes, huh? At least she didn't actually eat it. You know, how about that shadow Kyle saw? I think we should ask Grandpa about it. He's gotta know something, right?
Alrighty.
These kids really do love fishing, huh? I have fun just watching them.
Anything you want. Hope you
Thank
get
you, sir.
good use out of it.
I could go for some fishing.
My two favorite characters. What's going on? Phew, we sure did run a lot today. That was really rejuvenating. But it looks like we finished a little later than usual. Want me to drop you off at home? Huh? Sure. Lodi's so nice. I can't even remember what I used to want in my ideal boyfriend. Lodi's practically perfect. But he's my friend. Yeah, just my friend. Hey, what are you looking so down for? Is all that running catching up to you? Maybe we should take tomorrow off to do something fun. You know, like a little reset. Okay. Dang, that means I'll have to dress up. But he's my friend. Why would my heart betray me like this? I'm at a standstill, aren't I? Why is my pulse rising? Selma and I have been doing a lot of running together lately. I think she might have strained herself trying to keep up. Well, I hope that's not the case. Maybe I should listen to what she wants to do from now on. I'll ask her tomorrow. You're in a bad spot. I don't know.
Ooh, this looks like a good fishing spot.
How do you handle that? How does this go? Just wanting help. Hi, Papa. Are you all done with your work today? I heard that there was some commotion over in Old Town. Yeah, sorry. I promise I'm done for the day. Thankfully, the CID came to help us out, so we finished a little quicker than I thought we would. Yes, that means you can play with me tonight. Should we do some dress up? Or how about hide and seek? Gigi, I know you love spending time with him, but your father needs all the rest he can get at the moment. Do you play dress up? That would be funny, Daswani. I want to see this. Oh, I guess so. Thank you, Latifah, but there's no need to worry. After all, it's been quite a while since I played with Gigi. Hasn't it? I was starting to feel a little lonely. I'll play with you as long as you want tonight. Well, until your bedtime, at least. Yay, I love you, Papa. Well, as long as you two don't wreck the house. Let's hurry home so we can get dinner started. He's got a weak spot for his kid, huh? Aw, what a good dad. Hey, don't think I didn't notice you all. And what are you eavesdropping on us for? Sorry, we'll be on our way. Heard what happened to your office from the CID. Glad to see you're all doing all right. Still, it sounds like you're involved yourself in something pretty dangerous. Yeah, more or less. Didn't think it'd turn out like that, though. Well, I can certainly sympathize. However, we can't ignore that this presented a very clear threat to civilians. The police will be conducting a thorough investigation, and I trust you'd be willing to give me a full story sometime. It makes sense that he'd be concerned. Yeah, sometime. I wish Papa could come home earlier every day. But he always looks so cool when he's doing police work, and he always makes sure to play with me on his time off. I love him so much. Gigi's always asleep by the time her father gets home, and that's why days like today are so important to her. Well, when they're happy, I'm happy. Okay? Can you imagine if anything ever happened to him? I would be upset. I would be quite upset. I think Daswani is my favorite random NPC besides Lodi and Selma. My, that was a wonderful discussion. I'm sure Rooney would make for a great teacher someday. And the more children he teaches about different cultures, the closer we are to achieving a true peace in Zemuria. That was so cool, Rooney. Thanks for sharing. The stories from the Elsign were fun, but the one about the Republic's revolution made my heart pound. Just as children. Well, thanks for listening. This was my first time holding a session with everyone. I was kind of nervous in the beginning, but it went really smoothly. Hey, wait, is something wrong, Earl? Those stories made my heart feel sad. And I still don't get that number game you made us play. What did you make it so hard for? Do you want me to explain it again? The history of the Central East is quite different from our own. I kind of wish they took a bit more interest in it. But as for Earl, she's not very good with math, so I just did a simple guess the number game. Actually, I hadn't expected it to be such a hit with them. Anyway, I guess it's gotten pretty late, huh? Don't worry about the others. I'll walk them home once we're finished. This is so annoying. How come I'm the only one who doesn't get it? Whatever, I'll just get Rooney to give me the answers. Which is not quite there. I was told that yesterday's Z1 race was cancelled due to a terrorist plot. I suspect that most people here are attempting to ease their worries. Thankfully, there were no casualties, but I sense there is still some disappointment over the matter. Be that as it may, I'm glad there are children like Rooney who are trying to learn about other cultures. Understanding begets connection, after all. The children are the flames of hope that will guide us into the future. I can only ask that Adusha blesses their path forward. Sure. Oh.
Briefing comes to us straight from the Tyrell Times.
Heard they captured those terrorists from the Z1 incident. Sheesh. That old ordeal must have scraped years off my life. Glad there weren't any casualties, though. Figured there'd be at least some injuries. Anyway, it sounds like the race is postponed until they come up with a plan for keeping everyone safe.
Can I help you? Come again.
Alright, and then down here. No, it's you guys. Hey there. Hey, what's up? You guys doing some night fishing? Well, actually, we've been training to capture this gigantic fish Kyle saw the other day. Yeah, they both thought I'd made it up at first, but they'd only had to see it for themselves to become true believers. Now, if only we could figure out how to catch it. Well, keep at it, I guess. If anyone can do it, it's you guys. Oh, you can be sure of that. After all, we're pro anglers. By the way, the weather's pretty good for fishing tonight, don't you think? Here. Thanks, I appreciate it.
Well...
Catch a large fish, you need a sturdy rod and stable technique. I have the most experience of the three of us. But I'm not sure that'll be enough. Wait, I can't lose confidence now. That fish is going to be mine for sure. You don't mean that for me, right? Like, I don't have to get an excellent to catch an A rank? It is RNG, isn't it? This might just be the rarest fish we ever catch. We still don't know what it looks like, though. All Kyle saw was its shadow. But it's got to be massive, right? Oh, I can't wait to see it.
Let's do this thing.
I could go for some fishing.
Let's do this thing.
Okay, well, that is it. Outside of Bermonti's, which we're waiting on.
Go, go, go!
So, in the next episode, we're going to do Tyrell District, Sidon District, go kill the dangerous monster, and move on with story. Yeah, we're probably going to get quite a bit of story. I don't think this will take too long. Sidon looked like it had a lot less people than usual. This isn't too many people, just a bunch of little groups, so yeah, it shouldn't take too long. So, thanks for watching. Let me know if you like it, and I will see you in the next one.
Check out.